NFC East Showdown on Sunday as the Dallas Cowboys host the Philadelphia Eagles. A rematch of what we saw in week 1 of this season, and that first meeting still holds some intrigue. We talk about the rematch this time around. Let's break it down. Teddy covers from WagerTalk.com with a big game breakdown for this NFC East Showdown. Of course, looking right now on my Odds Logic live odds screen, it's threes. There's a couple of 3.5s out there for Philly. I'll call it prevailing line 3. And if you like the Cowboys, you can still find 3.5. Total sitting 47.5 in Dallas for Sunday. The Odds Logic live odds screen, guys, I talk about it because it's a freaking good product. All right. If you want to see the lines in real time for multiple books, this will help you do that. This does that. That's the advantage. So you're like, where do I bet this? Oh, we're going to get the free half point right now. Oh, it's 6, 6.5, 6.5, 7. Oh, let me get the +7, or let me lay the -6. You can find that from the screen. And again, just go to oddslogic.com/Teddy. Take a free 7-day trial. oddslogic.com/Teddy. So anyhow, I got the Philly laying a field goal. There are some books that still have Philly -3.5. The early money this week, the sharp money, has come for Dallas. And we remember the first meeting between these two teams. I remember it well because I was really frustrated that night. I had the over between the Eagles and the Cowboys. Those two teams combined for no punts on the first 9 drives of the game. Maybe it was the first 10 drives. Was it the 10th drive when he fumbled inside the red zone? There was a fumble in the red zone, then there was a lightning delay, and then there was a bunch of CD Lamb drops over the course of the final 20-something minutes of that ballgame, and they didn't score another point when I needed a field goal to cash my over. So it was a pretty frustrating loss, one that I remember, and one where we saw these two offenses marching up and down the field, creating big plays in bunches. The only thing that stopped the over from cashing was a long lightning delay and a bunch of drop passes. I don't think we're going to have a long lightning delay this time around, nor do I expect to see a bunch of drop passes. This Cowboys passing game right now is really clicking on all cylinders. CeeDee Lamb's in good form. George Pickens is in good form. And the supporting cast is in good form. Dak Prescott is playing as well as I've seen him play throughout his entire career. And Dallas is the second highest scoring offense in the league. They're taking on a Philadelphia team that has just played brilliantly on defense. They shut down Green Bay. They shut down Detroit. So there was significant weather in both of those ball games. Fact. And I'll give Philly some credit, a lot of credit, but let's not overstate what Vic Fangio did in that game. Detroit had a bad offensive game, and Green Bay had a bad offensive game. Prior to that, we saw the Giants and the Vikings move the ball up and down the field against this defense. It's not like Vic Fangio has every answer to every team. I know they played well the last couple of weeks, but I do think Dallas is primed to crack the nut that is the Philadelphia Eagles defense. They certainly did it in the first meeting, and there's no reason to think they won't be able to do it in the second. Before I talk about the Philly piece of the equation, I want to let you know about what's going on right now at WagerTalk.com, and I want to ask you guys one simple favor. If you like this type of breakdown, hit that like button. Thank you. Appreciate it. Comment below. Tell us what you think. Subscribe to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. We have nearly 250,000 of you subscribing to the channel. Why? They're putting out good free content every single day. You get instant alerts every time they go live. So like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. If you like, visit my page, w.buzz/TC. We got these great weekend warrior packages. They're $49. It gets you every play Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in football or in hoops, or both if you want to get on board for both. Weekend warrior, again, visit my page at WagerTalk.com. wt.buzz/TC. It'll kick you right there. You get on board with this $49 Weekend Warrior package. There's nothing more to buy. There's no bait and switch. There's no BS. There's no nonsense. If you want to get a package, this will get you on board for the weekend. Again, $49, wt.buzz/TC. TC. For all the success that the Eagles' defense has had over the last couple of weeks, again, their offense has not been lighting up the scoreboard. They've been held to 17 points or less 4 times in the last 6 games. There's only 2 games they didn't. 1, the game against the Giants, where the Giants turned the ball over. And 2, the game against Minnesota, a game, the best Phillies passing game has looked all season. That was one big play after the next, when it came to Hurts and Brown and Smith and the passing. And that game has been the exception rather than the rule for Philadelphia on the opposite side. The quotes coming out of the Eagles locker room about Jalen Hurts' discontent and the team's discontent with him, and A.J. Brown's discontent and the team's discontent. These quotes, I understand that Philly's got a lot of drama, but they haven't stopped. Where there's smoke, there's fire. There are issues right now in the Philadelphia locker room. That's pretty much clear. And they've been able to overcome those issues on the field, but they're lurking underneath the surface. Dallas had done nuts over team, but all of a sudden, they got a defensive line. They made buy a win now moves at the trade deadline. I think there's value with the Cowboys. And I was really debating side total. I lean over, but I'm not getting over the total in this one, even though that first inning went back and forth. I think the better play here is Dallas plus the points at home against the Eagles. I expect them to give the Eagles the game. I would not be shocked in the slightest if the Cowboys are able to beat their rivals in straight-up fashion on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching WagerTalk TV. We appreciate the likes, comments, and follows very, very much. Check out my homepage, wt.buzz/TC, and get on board for this weekend. And best of luck with all your bets. Stay tuned right here on this channel for more quality video content. Cheers.